In this video, we are going to talk one of the very interesting topic, that is the Spring security. Quite very famous. Many project we do use Spring security because it gives such a good flexibility that without spending too much of time, we can implement within very short period of time. So in this video, first I will explain what is the Spring security, and then little bit we discuss on the security architecture. Then the complete video would be on the hands-on. Step by step, I will guide you how to implement the security, Spring security in your code. And we have the couple of the demos. Last two demos I would not able to cover in this video because the length of videos. I will make the next video and cover the last two demos. So let us start. So as I say that Spring Security is a framework that gives the very good flexibility to implement the security in your Java application without spending a lot of times, right? You just add one dependency and your most of your job done. And it's offered to implement the both authentication and authorization. We will discuss what is that. And apart from that, they provide many more things we can implement in the Spring Boot, you can implement in the MVC. And the before proceeding, let us discuss the three important things: authentication, authorization, and the filters. So authentication means you have the username password to enter any website, or you have the your company employee card to show on the swap machine and you can enter the office. But in office also there are the many different department. You might be not eligible to enter all the department, right? So even though you enter the office, that is called the authentication, but which department you can go, that is called the authorization, right? The same thing if you come on the website, that if you log in through the admin, you might be visit many more features in the website. But if you log in as a normal user, you might have the restricted authorization. So this is the difference between authentication and the authorization, and Spring security supports both, that I will show you. And what is the filter? So filter is the very important terminology when you used to do the work on the JSP servlet, right? So in the servlet, before, okay, take the example. If suppose this is your browser and this is your server, right? Servlet. You can say your front controller, right? Before coming the request hitting to servlet, you can implement many filters, and the job of filters, you can define what you want to do. You can check their authentication, you can check their authorization, then is everything okay, then you can allow that request push into the server, right? So that's why this filter is important. And why the filter is important in this discussion, because all the authorization or the authentication is happening through the filter only in Spring, right? So this is a little bit one diagrams is there. So what happened, better you come in this diagram, it's easy to understand. So uh, so if this is HTTP request, it's come, and then you in number two, you can enter username password, then it will forward to the authentication manager, and authentication manager will decide which provider I have to select for this request, because you could have the many provider, right? You want to check your credential, entered credential with the DAO, means with the database, or with the cache authentication, or the AirDAP. There are the many mechanism by which you can verify the credentials, right? So but this is just the interface authentication manager. With the help of the implementation class, this is the provider. They will select one of the provider, authentication provider, and once you select the authentication provider, then it will hit your user detail service. So that I will show you how what is the user detail service, and then what is the user detail when I will connect my authentication or the security part with the database. Then I would be in a good position to explain all those things. And again, I will discuss in my next video when I will connect to the database. Okay, so for the time being, let us start the demo. And demo we can see all those things, right? So first and foremost, create one Spring Boot application through the Spring Initializer, right? We have already shown you that this is the easy way to do that. Maven project is okay, Java is okay. Make the 8. I have the 8. And group ID you can give anything. I am giving Binod.Suman. And demo I can say that Spring underscore security demo first. I might have first and second. And for time being, you add only one dependency that is required, and that is the wave. The security dependency JPA will be see later, but for the time being you do it and generate it. It will download one zip file, go to the folder, right? And here if you see that in the folder they have downloaded the Spring security, whatever I make it, right? You just unzip it, and Spring Boot folder first we will import in the Eclipse. So open the Eclipse here, right click, import, and existing Maven project, if you can see here, next, and give the path. So I have in download folder and name was the demo first, right? Spring security demo first. Just import it. And if you see here, Spring security demo first, it is came here, right? Now go here and quickly expose some REST API. So what you used to do, I have already explained in the previous video. So first go and create one package, give the package name as a controller, and make one controller. You can give the name demo, right? Demo is okay. Okay, demo is okay. Demo controller. Finish it, and we know how we can do it, right? First and foremost, what we have to do, we have to come and make the give the information to your Spring framework that this is my REST controller, right? This is the way we can make the boots application. We have already discussed, right, many times. And now here you give the 3 string home method and return just this is home page, right? Or do one thing, give the h1 so it will look nice when you show in the output. Okay, and of course we have to give the get mapping or request mapping, and we will give the name as a simple means the base URL. Okay, and now make the 3 things. I will show you how I am doing that. Make one for the user or admin, and here also admin, and say this is the admin page, and create one for the user also, so it will help us for checking the authorization part, and say this is the user page. Once you make it, so most of means we done, right? This is the beauty of the boots, Spring Boot. So now go and run that, whether it's working or not. Then we will see the other part, how you will run it. So go here, this is our main entry point, right? So go and run as a Java application, and it will run on the port 8080 Tomcat, right? If you see, this is the Tomcat 8080, you can see here, right? Tomcat 8080. So open here and go to the localhost 8080. So as this is a home page, now if you give the admin, it will say this is admin, and if you give the user, it will say the user page. Okay, now my job is that, so before any person hit this URL, we should show the username password, right? So it's very easy. So as I was showing in my PPT, just if you add this dependency, That is enough for everything. No need to create any JSP page and maintain all those things. You come in the dependency form.xml and just add one dependency, and this one dependency would be sufficient for all your security concern for the Spring security. I added here, right, and stop the application and again run the application, right, and now you see the beauty. I just have added the one dependency. Now you can see the beauty. What happened? It generates the one password. So do one thing, copy this password here and go again the same page and say I want to hit the user. See, this is the beauty, right? You did not do anything, but this login, this slash login, I don't have any login here, right? If you see here in our code, I don't have anything login. I have the base, admin and user, only this much. But everything added by the dependency, Spring dependency, right? So by default, user is user because we have not configured yet credential, right? Username, password, and password is just paste the password, that it's I copied from the console. Now if you do, you can able to do the everything, right? And again we have the logout page. You can go and see the logout page and log out, right? Now again, if you want to show the admin page, you can give the same user and password. You can able to this, right? But it is not good, right? So I should give my username and password. So that's why to do that, now I have to configure my security things. I stop the Tomcat, do one thing, create one Java page. So right click and make the package security package. So we give everything security in this package and name the demo security config. Anything you can give the name, right? If you want to see, this is the I have given the name, right, and finish it. Here what you have to do, you have to extend web security configure adapter, and they will do all the magic here. So I just import this one, import it, okay, and then you have to override one method, and that method is the configure method. Means you have to configure the credential. So this is the method. If you see here, okay, this is the method, import everything. Okay, so first I am going to show that hard code credential. Means in the code itself I will put the hard code. So if you give the auth and auth, then you can see the in memory. Means I am going to in memory credential, right? And then for the just for the good looking, you enter here, then put a dot here and give the with user. Means what is your username. So if I can say my username is Binod, then it will ask you what is the password. So I can say my password is Suman. Then it is asking the what is the role, right? So as I told you that roles will be used for the authorization purpose. So I can say this is the user. Okay, that's it. On top of that, yeah, that means that's finished. That much is enough. Now what I'm going to do it, I'm just make only this much, but showing the password is in openly, it is not good, right? So that's why they have come up with the many kind of the encoders, right? So if you go in my page here, I might have showed you there are the many these are the many encoder algorithm are there. One is no op password encoder, means I don't want to encode my password. Then we have the bcrypt password. So for time being I'm going for the no no, new password encoder. Later I will change and show you. So come to the code. You need one bean, and that bean should have the this encoder password. So first create one bean, or if you want you can add. Okay, let me show one by one. So bean, and this method should be there, right? And you have to make one new password encoder. That is the important part for these things, right? So that's it. Yeah, this is the duplicated, right? Yeah, we have to do the return, right? We have to return this. That much is okay. Now I have given the Binod and username. Now it will consider this credential. Okay, let me run again this application and show you. So if you go and run here on credential, right? See, they will not generate their password, right? So now check it again. So go here and try to do the admin. And now if you do the Binod and Suman, it is working fine, right? So now again you can do the log out and give the Binod Suman, it should work, right? So now and but if you want to add the some more users, how you can do that? So you no need to too much anything, just you have to put the end, right? And after and you can just add one more username password if you want. So you can add one more username password, right? So if you name put the Bill Gates and he's the admin, you can do it. So now you have the two username password, you can do that. This is the way to do that. But now I'm, as I say, it is it does not look good that if you add the password in the open password, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change this password to in different way, right? So I'm not going to make the noobs one. So this time I'm going to the different password, different encryption mechanism, right? So okay, so for that you have to encrypt your password. So how you can encrypt password? So do one thing, to encryption purpose, you go this website. I'm putting the name here. If you see here, you go the bcryptgenerator.com, okay, and here you can encrypt any password here. So first I have to encrypt the Suman, right? My password is Suman and strength, and if you see strength is 12, okay, let it be the 12 and do the encrypt. So now they have generated this password, right? So copy it and instead of the Suman you put this one, right? And I have one more password gates. So for the gates also you put the gates and encrypt, it will generate the password, right? So you copy this here and okay, now again we start. Sorry, yeah, now again we start that the application. Now you see that I will give the Binod Suman because and internally they will decrypt and check the password, right? So even though if you see I have given this password instead of the Suman, but I will enter the Suman, internally they will convert into this one, right? So go to here and yeah, say the admin, and I have to give the password for the Binod and Suman. It's working fine, right? The benefit only is that your password is not visible here, right? This is the authentication part. Let me do implement the authorization part, how we can authorize that, right? So if you see, this Binod has the user, he should not able to access the admin page, and Bill has the admin, he should not supposed to access the user, or he should suppose. So accordingly we configure. So how we will configure the authorization part? So I am going to authorization settings, right? How to do that? So for that we have one method, that again the configure method, but this time we have the different parameter. So we have the HTTP security, right? And here what you have to do, you have to say the HTTP to authorize, means I have this HTTP, right, in build object. Here I am going to authorize, and what I am going to authorize, here you say ent matcher. If anything is with the admin, then that person should have the role for the admin, then only he should able to access, right? The same thing, just copy paste it, the same thing, if he has the, if they want to access the user page, then he should have the user roles, right? And third, the my home page can be accessed by the anyone. So anyone, so you can say this is the permit all, means any person you can use this. So you can say the permit all, right? And you have to end and say you want to which kind of forms you want, right? So there you can create your own custom login page JSP, but I am going to use the by default login form, right? That's it, your authorization done. That's why I'm saying it's so easy. Your authorization done. Now who is the Binod is the user, right? He should not able to access the admin page, right? Let me check that, let me show it is working or not. So again, restart the application, and let me go first for the Binod and try to access the admin, because Binod is not the admin, Binod is user, right? Let me see it's work or not. So go here and try to admin page, and I'm giving to Binod and password is Suman. It is not working, right? Binod Suman is the user, should only work for the admin. But if you see here, or you can do the logout for face installation. If you go the home page can be accessible by the anyone can the home page. If you want to use the user page, then you can use the Binod and Suman, because he is eligible for the user, so he is working. Again, if you want to check for the admin, so admin be only done by the bill and gets, right? That username we have given that. Now if you give the bill and gets, it should work, right? So this is where it is working that. In the next video, what I will do, instead of the hard coding, I will connect the database, and from database I will check the credentials. Thank you very much. Please be kind and support to me, to this channel, and subscribe these videos, and link and share, right? I can share it. Thank you very much.